Hello friends, നമസ്കാരം. നമ്മുടെ പുതിയൊരു വീഡിയോയിലേക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും സ്വാഗതം. അപ്പം ഞാനിപ്പോൾ ഉള്ളതെന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ തൃശ്ശൂർ അടുത്തുള്ള ഒരു ഇലക്ട്രിക് ചാർജിങ് സ്റ്റേഷനിലാണ്. സിയോന്റെ 2 ചാർജർ ഉള്ള ഒരു യൂണിറ്റ് ഉള്ള സ്ഥലത്താണ്. നമുക്കറിയാം നമ്മുടെ കേരളത്തിൽ ഇപ്പോൾ കുറച്ചായിട്ട് ഇപ്പോൾ ഇലക്ട്രിക് വാഹനങ്ങൾ ഒരുപാട് ബ്രാൻഡുകൾ ഇറങ്ങുന്നുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ അതേപറ്റിയുള്ള ഒരുപാട് സംസാരങ്ങളൊക്കെ നടക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. നമുക്ക് പ്രോഫിറ്റബിൾ ആണോ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ചാർജിങ് സ്റ്റേഷൻസിൻ്റെ ഒക്കെ അഭാവം നല്ല രീതിയിൽ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ട് വരുത്തുന്നില്ല, അങ്ങനെയുള്ള ഒരുപാട് കാര്യങ്ങൾ സംസാരിക്കുന്നുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. പക്ഷേ ഇപ്പോൾ കുറച്ചായിട്ട് പല ബ്രാൻഡ്സുകളും ഒരുപാട് ചാർജിങ് സ്റ്റേഷൻസും ചാർജിങ് യൂണിറ്റുകളും ഒക്കെ വന്നുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ ഒരു നിശ്ചിത ഗ്യാപ്പിനുള്ളിൽ ഒരുപാട് ചാർജിങ് സ്റ്റേഷൻസ് ഇത്ര കിലോമീറ്ററിനുള്ളിൽ അവൈലബിൾ ആണ്. ഇന്ന് ഞാൻ സിയോൺ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുള്ള ചാർജിങ് യൂണിറ്റിനെ പറ്റിയാണ് ഡീറ്റെയിൽ ആയിട്ട് നമ്മുടെ വീഡിയോയിൽ ഷെയർ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. സിയോൺ എന്ന ബ്രാൻഡ് 2020 ഓൾ ഇന്ത്യ ലെവലിൽ ലോഞ്ച് ആവുന്നത്. 2021 ആയപ്പോഴത്തേക്കും നമ്മുടെ ചങ്ങനാശ്ശേരിയിൽ, കോട്ടയത്ത് ചങ്ങനാശ്ശേരിയിലാണ് ആദ്യത്തെ യൂണിറ്റ്, ഫാസ്റ്റ് ചാർജർ യൂണിറ്റ് വന്നത്. അതിനുശേഷം ഇപ്പോൾ കേരളത്തിൽ 22ഓളം പ്ലസ് ചാർജിങ് യൂണിറ്റ്സുകൾ വന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞു. പല പല ലൊക്കേഷൻസിൽ ഇനിയും വരാനുമുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ഇപ്പോൾ ഇവർ ഇൻട്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള ഏറ്റവും ബെസ്റ്റ് ഒരു ഓപ്ഷൻ, അതായത് ഒരു ഇലക്ട്രിക് വാഹനം യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന യൂസറെ സംബന്ധിച്ച് ഏറ്റവും യൂസ്ഫുൾ ആയിട്ടുള്ളൊരു ഫീച്ചർ വന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്, ഓട്ടോ കണക്റ്റിംഗ് ഓപ്ഷൻ. നമ്മൾ ജസ്റ്റ് ചാർജർ എടുത്തിട്ട് ജസ്റ്റ് ഒന്ന് പ്ലഗ് ചെയ്താൽ മതി. ഒരു 5 സെക്കൻഡിന് ഉള്ളിൽ ചാർജിങ്ങിൻ്റെ പ്രോസസ്സ് കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ സ്റ്റാർട്ടാവും. ഒരു 30 സെക്കൻഡിനുള്ളിൽ തന്നെ ചാർജിങ് ഓട്ടോമാറ്റിക്കലി സ്റ്റാർട്ടാവുന്നുണ്ട്. അപ്പം ഇത് ഇന്ത്യയിലെ തന്നെ ഫസ്റ്റ് ഉള്ളൊരു ഫീച്ചറാണ്, ഇന്ത്യയിൽ വന്നിട്ടുള്ള ഫസ്റ്റ് ഒരു ഫീച്ചറാണിത്. അപ്പോൾ സിയോൺ ചാർജിങ് സ്റ്റേഷനെ പറ്റി ഡീറ്റെയിൽ ആയിട്ട് അറിയണ്ടേ. അപ്പോൾ അതിനുവേണ്ടി നമ്മുടെ സിയോണിൻ്റെ ഫൗണ്ടറായിട്ടുള്ള, അതായത് 5 പേരുണ്ട് മെയിനായിട്ടും. അതിൽ ഒരു ഫൗണ്ടറുണ്ട് നമ്മുടെ കൂടെ, മിസ്റ്റർ കാർത്തിക്. Hi sir.
Hello. We came into operations in 2020, so we launched in Kerala in 2021. Today we are present in about 22 locations across Kerala. So the plan for 2023 is to expand that to about 60 locations. So which means we would have a very dense network across Kerala and all the neighboring states of Kerala, right? So when we started off, what we realized is that we give extra importance to being a very reliable network. So our brand today, the ZEON brand, is become synonymous with reliability. So one of the factors that goes into reliability is to have an equipment that is tried and tested to have a proven equipment on the ground. So we chose ABB as our technology partner. So we partnered with ABB. So the chargers that we are deploying today are all imported from Italy.
Oh, Italy.
So these are the same exact chargers that are going into operations across US, across Europe. So if you take the leading charge point operators in Europe like Fastnet, Ionity, so ABB is the equipment provider for them. So the infrastructure that we are deploying today in Kerala and across India is world class.
Okay.
So that is what goes into building our brand.
Really great.
Yes.
And how many numbers in India?
See, totally today we are operational across about 100 locations, if not close to 100 locations as we speak today.
Okay.
There are a few in the pipeline which would come online next week, so that would take us above 100. So when I say 100, I mean 100 locations. It doesn't mean 100 chargers.
Okay.
So going forward, we have already started deploying multiple chargers in
Okay.
each of our locations.
Okay. Here
Yeah.
2
Exactly.
chargers are
Exactly.
there. And here 24 kilowatt.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
what about the 50 or any other?
Yeah. The idea is to deploy as many 50 kilowatt chargers as possible on the highways, right? So, but then power again is a constraint. There is a limitation of power, how much you can get from a discom like KCB. If you take this location, the maximum power that we could get was about 45 or 48. So that allowed us to deploy only about 2 24 kilowatt chargers. But given a choice, we would have deployed 150 kilowatt and 124 kilowatt. So that is the format that we are following right now.
24 kilowatt.
150 and 124,
Oh.
right? For each charging station.
Okay.
But if we could get enough power, we would rather deploy a 250 kilowatt charger right
Okay.
now. Now this is the standard format that we are following as today.
Okay.
But going forward, probably the second half of this year, we would start deploying 120 kilowatt chargers alongside the 50 kilowatt or the 24 kilowatt chargers that we already have in a single location.
Okay.
So most of our charging stations on the highways are 50 kilowatt chargers. Within cities is more of 24 kilowatts.
Okay.
Yeah. No, we work with certain franchisees. We get a lot of interest from people from wanting, they want to charge charging stations themselves. So what we do is we partner with them We do the whole project for them on a turnkey basis. We deploy the same quality, same equipment for them. It is owned by them. They get to own the chargers, and we operate it for them. So
Okay.
it's a franchisee-owned, company-operated model. Yeah, if you are looking to deploy a 24 kilowatt charger, the charger, along with the electrical infrastructure and the civil work, would cost you anywhere between 9 to 10 lakhs.
Only
Yeah.
9 to 10 lakh.
Only 9 to 10 lakhs, yes. I believe you're talking about return on investment,
Yeah.
right? So what happens is that if you're going to get a utilization of 3 hours per day, let's say you get your chargers being used 3 hours in a day, then you tend to take back the whole investment in about 3 years,
Oh, within
right? Within 3 years. Now, when it will hit 3 years of utilization is depends on the location, it depends on the state, right? Kerala, for example, has a very high rate of electric vehicle adoption. So I think most of our charging stations in Kerala are between 2 to 3 hours of utilization already, right?
Okay.
So I think if your location is right, you might get 3 hours of utilization from get-go, right? From day one. It's possible. With additional cars coming into the market, it will definitely keep growing on that. So I would like to talk a bit more about a feature called Auto Charge,
Yeah.
right? So what this feature allows the customer to do is to make the whole charging process very seamless, right?
Okay.
So with Auto Charge, what happens is the charger automatically identifies your car, which is already mapped to the customer's account.
Okay.
So the charging process becomes very seamless. Now you can see we are just taking the connector, plugging in the car.
Okay.
This is all you have to do. Now once the car is connected, the car communicates a unique address of the car to the charger.
Okay.
Right? Now the charger collects this address and sends it to our backend,
Okay.
whereby we identify the car
Okay.
and it is connected to the, one second. Yeah, it took a bit of time.
Okay.
Yeah. So what happens is the system has already identified
Okay.
that this car is mapped to my account.
Okay.
Now the charger, our server has given the go ahead
Okay.
and the charging is initiated already.
So automatically debited money in
Yes, yes,
account.
it is to my account. It's just like your FASTag. When you drive on the highway, you come to a toll gate,
okay.
right? So you have a FASTag which the system identifies, it automatically happens, right?
Okay.
So the same way, now when we connect the connector to the car gives an address.
Okay.
So that address is collected by the charger and sent to our servers.
So the in connection between the car and the
Charger. Now you can see the charger is already started charging.
Okay.
You don't have to do anything. As long as you have auto charge enabled,
Okay.
you don't need your mobile, you don't need an RFID. So all you have to do is just park your car. Your car is the RFID, your car is the mobile, everything. There's no problem.
Okay. Oh,
Right?
really cool
So
feature.
it's a cool feature, especially for elderly people who are not familiar with using a mobile app,
Okay.
for drivers who are not familiar with the tech features of the car and all that. So
Okay.
for them, it's
So
a very
common,
simple
normal
mechanical thing. Yeah,
People.
anybody can use it. Anybody can. Just have to set up the account once. Once you're set up, you're good to go. No problems.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Kerala nowadays, lot of vehicles, electric vehicles are there, but the only concern is like lack of charging areas.
Yes. So in Kerala, we are operational in about 22 locations today, right? So this is more concentrated towards this middle part of Kerala, where let's say south of Calicut up to Adur or Alapi, right? So going forward this year, our plan is to expand to 60 locations in Kerala alone.
60?
60.
Okay.
Yeah. So that would give us a very concentrated network. Today, our concentration of the network in South India is such that south of Bangalore, anybody can travel to any corner of the country using only our network.
Okay.
And on top of this, you have other networks, right?
Okay.
KCB is laying out chargers, Tata Power is there, GoEC, a lot of operators are there. So today, I think compared to last year, this year has been much
Yes,
better.
yes, of course.
Exactly. So I think going forward, a year from now or 2 years from now, the picture is going to be much more concentrated. We will have a much denser network.
Okay. Fearless EV drive.
Exactly. You already have that in Kerala, but I think it will get more comfortable going forward in the next couple
Compared
of
to
years.
last year, it's better
Exactly.
now.
I think compared to last year this time, we had 1/4 of the network. Let's say if you have 100 chargers in Kerala today, last year we had only 25. It's grown 4 times this year, right? So I think going forward again, it would grow 3 or 4 times next year. So I don't think it will be a problem.
So what's about the high ranges like Idiki, Uti, Kodaikanal?
Yes. So we have chargers in Ooty, we have chargers in Kodaikanal, we have chargers in Aircard. So it's not a problem at all. With EVs, the beauty about EVs is that you might feel that you are losing a lot of range going up, right? But then it also gives you back when you come down, because the regenerative braking is a magic
Very
that,
helpful.
it's a magic that IC cars don't have, diesel cars or petrol cars don't have. So I often go to Ooty to drop my daughter there. So whenever I come down, I start in Ooty with 40% battery. By the time I reach Metupalayam, it is already at 50-55%.
Okay.
So you get regenerative braking, which gives you the range that you lost going up. You get it back.
Okay.
And to top it all up, we have charges in all those locations, so it is not a worry at all. We get a lot of customers from Kerala charging in Ooty.
Okay. And final one question is like, what's your longest journey in EV?
We have driven an EV from Tirupur to Mumbai. So to and fro, that trip is about 2,600 kilometers.
Okay.
That's my personal longest journey that I have done on an EV. But customers are all making long EV drives all the time. We get a lot of customers from going between Cochin and Bangalore, Bangalore and Chennai, Cochin and Chennai, Calicut to Trivandrum. So I think EV owners are doing a lot of long journeys. I think the very we could see from the utilization of our chargers that customers are indeed doing a lot of long drives. That is evident from the data that we have.
So one doubt, what's the safety of the charging unit?
Like I told you, the chargers that we deploy, these are world-class chargers, right? So they meet every international standard there is. These are IP67 ingress protection standards. So these are rated to be deployed in the outdoors with rain, sun. It's not a problem at all. So these are very safe machines. There are several safety mechanisms, safety switches, safety detection that goes on. So if it detects any change in current, voltage, it would shut off immediately. And your car, again, the battery is IP67. It's one of the very safe thing that Tata has put in. And almost all the other cars are safe. So a lot of customers worry about charging in the rain. No problems at all. So these chargers are deployed in the outdoors. These are rated to be charged in the sun, in the rain, no problem. So even if it's raining heavily, you can just park your car, open the connector and just plug it in. So it can charge in heavy rains and in, let's say, temperatures below 50 degrees. It's rated to be charged, yes.
Okay.
See, so, some of the pillars that we stand on for our organization is that we are a very responsive organization. So which means that customers have a lot of anxiety. Will the charger work? Will I get a slot? So we are available, our customer support team is available 24/7, right? So anytime during the night, customers can give us a call. We have customer support agents on call who will be able to guide the customer in setting up the account, in getting the charge going, in if there is any trouble, we can troubleshoot remotely. So we are a very responsive organization, right? So the next thing is that the chargers that we deploy, again, as I told you, these are world-class chargers, very reliable chargers. So in terms of safety, in terms of giving the customer the ability to charge every single time, that is provided. So we are a very reliable network. Customers rely on us every day to make their journeys, right?
And the ZEON app is very useful one.
Yes. So when we designed the app, we consciously designed the app to be very light, very user-friendly. So customers can get the charge going in about just 2 clicks, right? So now the next level that we are trying to do is to completely do away with the app. The customer
Okay.
no longer needs an app.
Okay.
We are enabling auto charge for the customer.
Okay.
So you only need to have the app to check your statements, to check your balance and such. But to initiate charging, you don't need an app at all. So that's the idea.
Okay.
But the app itself is a very user-friendly, very light,
Yes,
very
yes,
simple,
user-friendly.
very
Yes,
simple,
very simple and
thing. Yeah.
the location access.
Yes. And one of there's another very important aspect about ZEON is that we deploy in very sensible, very safe locations where customers, for charging for our customers is just incidental. They don't go to any of our locations just to charge, right? So if you're making a, let's say a 300, 400 kilometer journey, which is about 7-8 hours worth of driving, you need to stop 2 or 3 times along the way for probably a restroom break, coffee, tiffin, whatever. So we make sure that our chargers are deployed in such sensible locations. So whenever a customer stops there, when he's having a coffee, his car is charged already. So the customer doesn't have to spend a single additional minute just for charging.
Okay. So one important question: what's the tariff per unit?
Yes. For our 24 kilowatt charges, what we are charging customers is 19.5 rupees.
Okay.
Plus taxes, of course. So what we are charging includes the cost of the infrastructure that we put in. Like I told you, the chargers that we are deploying, these are world-class chargers that have been imported. So it is very important that we give the customer a very good charging experience, a very good reliability. Customers can count on these chargers, and that doesn't come cheap, unfortunately. So we have to spend a lot of money in getting the power, in laying the electrical infrastructure, and importing and deploying these chargers on the ground. So this is the case for our 24 kilowatt chargers. Our 50 and 120 kilowatt chargers will be slightly more expensive because customers can save time on those chargers, because those chargers can give you a much quicker charge. So which means customers need to spend only half the time there. So that again costs us twice as more to deploy that infrastructure. So that has to be factored in also. So which is in the tariff that we have is more in line with what the other networks are charging. It's not very much on the higher side. It is slightly on the premium side. Yes.
Really great, sir.
Thank you.
And all the very best for the future.
Thank you.
Future charging stations.
Thank you.
And, really.
Thank you. Thank you. I think we are looking forward to do a lot more deployment in Kerala. Kerala has been a very exciting market for us. Kerala is, by the way, is one of the leading states in India to have electric vehicle adoption. I think it is evident of the people, the open mindset people have, the high levels of literature, the literacy rate that is there in Kerala is all very evident in the way the state is taking to electric vehicles.
Okay, thank you so much, and all the very best.
Thank you.